Interoperability is part of the SDVoE backbone, and we have a number of courses here on the SDVoE Academy to explain why. Sales courses like Driving ROI through Interoperability and SDVoE and Interoperability, as well as design courses like Unified API equals Guaranteed Operability, just to name a few. This course will give you a clearer understanding of software interoperability, with a focus on the interaction between hardware and software that makes interoperability work. Or not. Let's begin by reminding ourselves on how SDVoE interoperability works. The SDVoE API, housed in the SDVoE controller, just here, creates an abstraction layer between the user-facing application and the underlying hardware. This way, applications can be created that will work regardless of whoever manufactured the hardware underneath. Now, the software application translates user inputs into API commands for the SDVoE controller. The SDVoE controller then distributes instructions on how each of the SDVoE endpoints in the system work so that the user's desires are fulfilled. Endpoints may reply to the SDVoE controller with their status, and the controller updates the application, which can then alert the user. Now, inside each SDVoE endpoint sits a BlueRiver chipset, which will interoperate by design with the BlueRiver chipsets in all the other endpoints. So, audio, video, and control will pass freely and natively between the hardware devices, regardless of the software layers above. And because the SDVoE API is created to serve those BlueRiver endpoints, interoperability is guaranteed at this layer as well. But with all of that taken care of, it now comes down to the software creator, who may choose which hardware to be compatible with or not. Why would SDVoE allow such a thing? Well, the answer is actually a bit obvious if you just pause and think about it for a moment. When the SDVoE API discovers hardware devices on a network, each one of those devices reports a unique manufacturer ID code. The code then lets the software determine who manufactured the hardware. Sounds reasonable, right? It is, and it's essential to know what kind of hardware is out there so that the software can treat it correctly. Now, if I'm a software developer and I don't want people using my software with somebody else's hardware, I could simply ignore any hardware that doesn't report my hardware ID. Is this bad behavior? Maybe. Is it allowed though? Yes. Why is this important? Well, an example vendor A, for example, writes awesome software, wants to give it away for free and charge a bit more for their hardware, rather than deal with selling and licensing software. Without filtering by hardware ID, anyone could take vendor A's software for free and use it with vendor B's cheaper hardware. This limits the business models available for SDVoE vendors and ultimately stifling creativity and development. Now, here's the million-dollar question, people. Why is it our job to manage how these customers write their software? Is it because we're the customers? People have been longing for a truly interoperable ecosystem for many years, and SDVoE have provided exactly that. Now these tools are available, it's our job to demand that they be used correctly. If we don't like vendor A blocking vendor B's hardware, then we need to tell them. Right, and in return, we should also expect them to start charging us for their fantastic software, right? Right. Today, the SDVoE API is available for anyone to download and develop with. Simply become an SDVoE certified developer, which is free and earns you CTS renewal units, and you'll get access to build your own fully interoperable software. And for those of you interested in trying out SDVoE with a native and customizable application built exclusively on the SDVoE API, check out the BlueRiver AV Manager. This provides manufacturers, resellers, and users of SDVoE-based equipment a free and easily customizable baseline AV control software that can be repackaged to deliver a wide variety of highly targeted user interface experiences. If you really want to put your chips on the table, though, become a certified developer, leverage BlueRiver AV Manager, and start building and selling your own fully interoperable SDVoE killer app. Surely, you'll put anyone who builds a single hardware vendor solution out of the software business.